Hi, everyone. I'm so pleased to bring to you a very special guest, Shivaleela, who's coming to us all the way from Chennai in India today. And I really wanted to have her on the show because I'm very interested in manifesting, and that is your area of expertise. So we found a world expert, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Manisha. It's a pleasure to be on your show. Thank you so
Amazing.
much for having me.
Of course. So I thought we'd dive right in. I have been having some conversations with my friend who's a neuroscientist about manifesting and also just having some conversations with people who are, um, matchmakers. But I feel like for me with manifesting, I feel that, when I'm trying to manifest money or success in business or a beautiful new apartment or better relationships in my family, it seems to come very easily to me. But in the romantic realm, it feels like I have some sort of block. And I was wondering if maybe you could share some perspective that might help me unblock that manifesting area. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm an open book.
Okay, so thank you so much for that question. I understand what you're saying. You're able to manifest a lot of other things in your life, like wealth and all of that. But when it comes to manifesting your life partner, that becomes challenging for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there is this one thing that I want to say. A lot of people think manifestation is magic. It isn't, Manisha. Manifestation is not magic. It's actually science. It's nothing, but it's about rewiring your brain and training your brain to think the way you want. Okay? To think the
Mm.
way things have to be. And a lot of people think manifesting is just like sitting back, wishing, wanting for something, dreaming for something, and then you get it. No, that's not how manifestation works. Manifestation is like shifting your identity to what you want, becoming that. Now, if you want a particular kind of life partner, I've heard a lot of people say they're not able to manifest their life partners. One thing that I've observed is people chase what they want.
Mm.
Okay? So, here the main idea is not for you to chase the partner you want, but to attract it into your life. And when I say chase, you don't literally go and shoo away a person. Okay, so when I say chase, you're doing a lot of things inside you where you think you're attracting the partner, but you're not attracting. You are doing it out of desperation and out of scarcity. Okay, when I say
Mm.
you, I don't literally mean only you. It's out there for anybody who's trying to manifest a partner. The first thing is don't chase, attract the partner. Second thing is, for heaven's sake, don't operate out of scarcity. From the scarcity mindset, shift to the abundant mindset. So, there are a few things that you want to be doing if you want to attract the right life partner. But this is the basic thing, shifting to abundance and not thinking in terms of desperation or scarcity to attract the partner.
I love that. It's so clear how you describe it. And I know definitely in areas of like money, when I start thinking about all the riches that I have, it really does help me a lot. Could you maybe articulate a little bit more how someone can bring an abundance practice to love manifesting?
Okay, so the first step, what I say is very simple. You need to clear your energies first. A lot of people jump to the second part of the process where they're trying to um, do different things to get in the partner they want. But for me, now just imagine uh, a dustbin which is already full and it's overflowing. And you're going to keep emptying more and more dirt into the dustbin. What happens to the dustbin?
It gets gross.
And if you're going to put like really precious things, or just say some colorful paper, gold foil, all of that on top of the dustbin, it may look good, but how does it smell when the dustbin is already full?
Pretty bad. Yeah, really gross. And then the beautiful things kind of ugly.
It's anyway, whatever precious thing you're going to put on top, it's going to overflow and fall down, right? That's the
Yeah,
basic
it
concept.
makes me think a little bit about like Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs as well. When you like they were when we were Airbnb when I was Airbnb host, they were talking about that because it's like if you give your guests chocolate but they don't have sheets on their bed, they're not gonna be mad that they got the chocolate, not happy.
That's right. Absolutely. That's a good one. So the point here is, the point here is, just like you want to be emptying the dustbin before you put in the next trash, here you want to be
Empty the
clearing
dustbin
yours.
before you put in the husband.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. I like that spontaneous one. So here you want to be clearing yourself of your negative energies, any negative thoughts, beliefs, limiting beliefs that you have inside you. So, for example, I'm thinking I'm not enough. I don't look good. I don't have enough money. I've always been in broken relationships. I don't trust the man or the woman in my life. They've always been cheating on me. I may have a lot of negative beliefs like this. I'm not saying they are false. Probably we have developed it inside us due to previous experiences, trauma, all of that which is piled up inside us. Okay, so now all of that is still here. And if you're going to be attracting somebody else into your life, remember, you're going to be attracting somebody else who is living that same kind of life like you. Because you
Mm,
attract, what is just same, the same vibrations are what meet. So you're going to be attracting that same broken person. So you want to first clear all your energies. That's the first step to manifesting your life partner. Clear all your energies. In thermodynamics, if you see the first law of thermodynamics, they say energy cannot be, you know that, right? I mean,
mhm.
energy cannot be created, or it cannot be you know dissolved. It can only be transferred from one person to another.
Yeah, absolutely, and
Okay.
I love that. Yeah, like, it can't be transferred from one person to another, and I feel like it's one of the challenges for that this is kind of just the first thing I'm jumping towards is I think that, like, in the age that we're living in, at least among my friends, like, there's a lot of negativity towards men in general, and sometimes it can feel like wow, as a woman, I've done so much like self-work. Like I've written down my gratitude lists and I've meditated and like this guy, he's like single and then he finds some amazing woman in 2 seconds. So what? It's not fair. Like why do women have to do so much work? But on the other hand, like what you're saying really resonates strongly with me because I have been in this kind of fear and urgency since I first started dating and I've tried all these things, I've gone about it like an entrepreneur and like, okay, I need to date 100 people and expect that to work. And I feel happy and full. And then I think, okay, now I'm happy and full. But I think, it's like, okay, all this speeding up has not really helped anything. How can you go back and really find that abundance within you? Yeah.
So there's something very simple here. So as I said, this thermodynamics, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred from one person to another. So now if you're going to be with the same negative energy, remember the partner who you're attracting into your life, you're going to be transferring this energy to them as well. Okay, and if they have that kind of energy, they're going to be transferring it to you as well. So which
Mm.
means that you want to be clearing yourself of this energy, and there are different techniques through which you can clear. The simplest I would say is I have done that. I'm not saying for my partner, life partner, not for my husband, but
That's
yeah,
fine.
for any other thing, when I kind of feel loaded in my mind, rather than walking up to somebody and sharing my challenges, problem, and passing on the negative energy to them, I don't believe in that. So what I do is take a sheet of paper, sit down, write down like a dump. Write down everything that's on your mind, anything that's negative, no positive things. What's hurting you, what's confusing you, what's troubling you, who you hate, you feel like killing that person, whatever you feel like doing, just write down everything on that paper. Okay, so when you write down, uh, you feel like half of the problem is already solved. For people who are doing it for the
Mm.
first time, you're not going to find a result immediately, but from 100% of the problem, you'd feel like at least 30% is better. For people who are doing it regularly, when I just write and tear the paper, I'm like 85, 90% I'm done. with whatever
Mm.
challenge I had. So write it. Some people burn it and they discard it, or you can just tear it and put it into the dustbin. And when you keep doing this on a regular basis, it helps you clear the negative energy from yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's one thing. And then
I
you
like
asked
that.
abundance. The first step is clearing. Second step is for anyone who says, I want to attract a life partner, be it the man or woman. I would just say one thing: take a sheet of paper. You can draw a circle, you can write my man or my woman over there, and like the sunshine, you can just draw those rays. Okay, you got what I'm saying, right? Those rays you can draw, and for each of those rays, write the quality of the man or the woman you want in your life.
This is such a great segue because I really, first of all, I really like your approach to the negative thoughts because I think that, especially as a woman, I keep coming back to this, but we're really taught to be positive and have a positive outlook. And I feel kind of embarrassed if I have a negative outlook. So it's really nice to free yourself and just get all of that. Like, you're going to be thinking it whether or not, so you might as well write it out and dump it. I think that's really, really great. And then in terms of the ideal life partner, maybe I'm overthinking about this, but there is a certain heaviness in my chest. So I feel like, okay, I think that, I grew up without a dad. And sometimes, so like, male energy can feel like, oh my gosh, it's so healing. Like, it's almost like if some man is doing something healing for me, like a doctor or something, it's like I almost have like an instant crush on that person because it's like I feel a little bit starving, right? And then on the other hand, it's, like all of these fairy tales I grew up with, in my generation of the ideal of my life being to meet someone, right? And then you have like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, all of these tales about some man coming over and saving you. And yes, which are so deep in our psyche. And then there's like thousands of years in which as a woman I would have to depend on a man financially. And even though now I don't depend on a man financially, and even like I needed a loan recently, and my mom was the one who lent me a loan because she's successful entrepreneur. So it's so enormous that I don't even know, do I want a partner or is it just all of these forces that are making me feel like this would be a good thing for me? Like, I actually can't tell you with 100% certainty that I want it. Like, it might be, and I don't, and I think, and then it's hard for me to determine who I want if I don't really know for sure that I want it.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. And I understand from where you're coming. Um, when sometimes we're under pressure just because people around us have a partner, we're under pressure. Okay, we need a partner. I've come across friends who've been at that stage because the friends are getting married. They're also desperate for a husband. They just somehow want to get married, somehow want to find a man who they can get married to. Okay, so now that becomes extremely dangerous because the want, you're not really wanting to have that person in your life. It's because of that peer pressure of people around you having partners or husbands. You want to get into a relationship, which I feel is just not safe. So, what I would always say is, apart from clearing the energies itself does wonders. Trust me, it does a lot of wonders. The second thing, what I would say is very, very important, Manisha, and not just for women, it's for men also, predominantly for women, is to have a lot of self love, self respect, and self appreciation.
Mm,
Where has all that gone? If you don't love yourself, how can you expect someone to love you? If you don't respect yourself, if you don't think you are worth, how do you expect someone else to respect you and know your worth? How can they value you? So, first of all, we need to set our lives in such a way where we are not depending on someone for love or for external validation, for their approval, for their respect. We need to respect ourselves and just feel I am enough.
hmm. Yeah.
I love myself. I am enough. I am doing great. I have all the happiness in life. So, these are affirmations we want to keep telling ourselves regularly and truly feel that you are enough. So, when you feel like that and you continue with your regular work, not chasing anybody. You focus on your work, you focus on earning, on your routine, and you truly feel you're enough. And when you truly feel you're enough, there will come a point when you think, okay, I'm settled financially, I have everything, I'm happy with my career, all of that is fine. But there is something which I really need in my life, deep, deep down. So that's the time when you really feel like you need a partner to complete you.
Hmm.
And at that point, when you seriously start manifesting it, it will definitely come to you.
Hmm.
Not just for the sake of getting a partner, not just because one of your friends has a partner and they are trying to manifest, and because of that, you also want to get a partner. No, that doesn't work. The sincerity with which you do, and you really need to have that, you need to have that space in you to accommodate a partner.
Hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
important
And
as
then
well.
what if the answer is like, no, actually, I don't need a partner?
Just let go. It
Hmm.
doesn't necessarily, who created that rule? Only if you have a partner in your life is complete. Only if you have a child in your life is complete. No.
Hmm.
I may think if I have my husband and my child in my life is complete as a family. There are some people who think, no, we don't want a kid. We are just happy as a husband and wife. And that's how they continue their life. And still more, there are friends who love to be unmarried, bachelors or spinsters. They just like to be that way. They have the freedom to explore life, to live life the way they like. They don't have to accommodate and change themselves for somebody else. And they find happiness in it, which is totally okay. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. What
Hmm.
works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you.
I
So
love
it's up
that.
to each
Yeah. And it
individual to
takes away
choose
some of
that.
the fear. Like, sometimes I think, okay, like I was really happy and full, and then my friends were like, "Hey, why don't you try dating?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to bring that." But then there was this like tiny voice in my head that said like, "You're not living your full self if you don't follow this." So that's kind of where I am right now is but it's been like really intense, because when I follow that, it's bringing up so much that I don't think I would have seen if I had just like stayed in my happy bubble of like, I'm fine, I don't need anything. So it's kind of a strange paradox, right?
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. So now when you say your friends are saying, you must try dating, and somewhere there's a small voice which says, you want to try that? Go ahead. The choice
Mm,
is yours. Ask yourself not once, ask yourself a couple of times if that's what you want, if that's what you think may give you happiness. If you think at that point, okay, you want to try it, go ahead. Go ahead
yeah.
and try it and see if it's working for you.
Yeah, I mean, when I go through dating, I mean, I think I certainly learned a lot of things. And even since I started going into dating, I've made a lot of new friends and started building community. Like it showed me I wanted to build more community, and I've attracted a lot of love into my life, even though not romantic. And I think where I feel like it is, and I realize at a certain point I have to accept, like, maybe I'll decide I don't want a partner and suddenly someone will come in, or maybe I decide I won't and they won't, or maybe I decide I do and someone won't, or they do and they will. And it's like, I think some women get to a point where, like, I've decided don't want a partner. And it's almost like a way to protect themselves and control things. And I don't want to be that. What am I trying to say? Okay, so I think when you have this desire in your heart, it can take you in many directions you didn't expect. Maybe not even to the thing you think you want. But I think one thing I realized is that, like, if a man is expressing interest in me, it kind of is like scary for me. Like I feel, or if I see someone on the street and I like them, I'm kind of like scared to smile at them, like, there's some level of fear that's going on, and I think it might be around, like, a fear of rejection, like, me being rejected by them or them rejecting me, where I just can't be like, "Hey, I like you. Are you interested?" "No, I'm not." "Okay." Like, "Oh, I am." "Okay, maybe," it's more like it feels life or death, and I feel like that's kind of an area that maybe I'm being, like, brought to focus on.
Got it. Um, Probably you want to ask yourself every time somebody, a man approaches you, and there's a relationship in your life, and you say you're scared, you want to sit down and analyze yourself. And let me tell you, nobody on this planet Earth can get to know you better than your own self. These days, a lot of people spend more time outside the outside world, talking to people, spending time with people. Yes, that's important. Social life, I wouldn't say no. But you want to remember, talking to ourselves, looking at ourselves inside, looking within is what is most effective than looking outside and talking to people. More
Hmm.
than talking outside, you want to talk to you within you. And when I say talk to you within you, here you mentioned that you're getting afraid, scared when someone approaches you, right? So you, Manisha, you want to sit down with yourself, not just to other people also who have the same fear. Ask yourself, how am I feeling now? Somebody just approached me yesterday. How did I feel? Today someone approached me. How am I feeling? First analyze that emotion.
Hmm.
Label that emotion, tag that emotion, give it a name. Am I feeling confused? Am I feeling scared? Do I have a feeling of rejection? Am I nervous? Am I anxious?
Hmm.
Or am I getting into a state of fear thinking about my past history? So, what is it? First of all, analyze how you're feeling. What is that emotion you're going through? Analyze that first. Second, ask yourself different questions as to why you think you're going through, what makes you feel that dejection. Is it a feeling of insecurity? Is it an experience that you had sometime earlier when you approached somebody and someone rejected you? Do you feel you're not equipped in some areas? What
Yeah.
is it? What is it that makes you think that way? Just write down all of those points. It's okay if you just remember two, three. Keep
Yeah.
asking yourself. Don't just close the paper today and go away. Tomorrow, ask yourself that same question. Day after tomorrow, ask yourself. The next week, ask yourself. Before that, quickly don't jump into another relationship. Sort this out first.
Yeah.
If something is not working, ask why it's not working, analyze that, and then start working on it.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
you want to understand. A lot of people have limiting beliefs. Okay, so when you say rejection, okay, I have a fear of rejection. Just imagine you say that. So Manisha, you want to be asking yourself, what is that fear of rejection that you have? Have you approached somebody and someone rejected you? And because of that, you fear that whoever you approach or whoever approaches you, you may get rejected. Just because you got rejected once or twice, it doesn't mean that you have to get rejected every time.
Yeah.
Got it?
It's true.
The
Yeah.
condition, yeah, you're
Yeah,
conditioning
it's
your
funny
mind that,
because when I was in it's something that happened to me a couple times, like I was 6 and at summer camp, and I had a crush on this boy who I think was, like, 9 or something, and I was sitting out in front of the water with a friend, and then he came over and was like, "Do you have a crush on me?" And I was 6 years old, and I was so mortified, like, "No," but it was so strong that I still, like, remember being that little girl this day about, like, how embarrassing, and then when I was also in middle school, I had a crush on a boy, and he talked to someone, and then he, like, told everybody at the school I had a crush on him, and again, it was, like, this huge feeling of, like, shame and embarrassment, and so I think that, like, it's made me, like, feel like I need to hide that at all costs from somebody if I and that is, like, a bad thing, or else, like, just be, like, so over the top flirty that I'm, like, protecting myself in a way. I don't know, maybe you don't wanna hear my whole psychological profile, but
and that's all right. Um, First of all, we don't want to be judgmental about ourselves. Let's be kind to ourselves. We may go through different emotions at different points, and that's
Yeah.
okay. It's completely okay. A lot of people ask me some days when I'm low, when I'm a little say I'm a little upset or confused about something, people ask me, but you're a mindset coach and a manifestation coach. How can you feel this emotion? I'm like, are you crazy? I'm a human being as well. I have the same bones, flesh, blood, everything that a human being has. So it's completely okay. Just because someone is a coach or a trainer or something, it doesn't mean they don't have emotions. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean they don't have fear. You do have those emotions, but what matters is how long do you take to stay in that emotion? How quickly can you
Mm.
get out of that emotion? So now, if I'm scared of something, if I'm like really worried about something, I give myself a particular amount of time, say half an hour, 1 hour, depending on the intensity of the problem. And then I dwell on that challenge or that emotion for some time and then I get over it. Yes, there are some emotions. For 1 week, it has been troubling me, but that 1 week, I'm done with it. That's it. And after that, I move on to the next. So don't be judgmental about yourself thinking, oh, my psychology is like this. I have those different feelings, those different thoughts when it comes to me about the partner. Nothing. What you feel today, say 2, 3 months later, your thought process may change, and that is okay.
Mm. Mm.
Again, I say there's nothing that's right, there's nothing that's wrong. The perspective and lens of each person differs.
Amazing. So
As
I would
long as you're happy at the end of the day, Manisha, that's what matters.
That's
As
true.
long as you're happy at the end of the day, as long as your peace of mind is intact, you don't need anything else. That's the top priority. Why do we people do so many things? We earn, I mean, you look at your career, you're planning your finance, you look for a family, you look for a social life, everything. At the end of the day, why does somebody do all this? Basically, to be happy or for a peace of mind. So, if something that you're doing is giving you a peace of mind and happiness, provided it's safe and it's not affecting people around you, that's very important as well. Your happiness cannot affect people around you. As long as you're doing that, it's totally okay.
I love
So,
that.
be kind to yourself.
Well, maybe we could talk a little bit about abundance as well, because I guess when I think, and maybe you can help me understand if I'm thinking about this in a productive way, but like when I think about like finding a husband or a life partner, I think about, wow, like it would be nice to have some romance in my life and physical intimacy and um those and some like masculine energy. So are there ways to kind of bring abundance for those things like without a physical? How would I go about that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there are ways. Why not? So the simplest thing, what I told you was earlier, I told you draw that circle. Okay, I hadn't finished it that time. I said draw that circle like a sun, draw the rays of the sun, write the qualities you want in the man that you want or the woman that you, for whoever, the man or woman, whoever they're manifesting. Write the qualities of that partner in each ray of the sun. Or simple, if you don't want to draw the sun, just take a sheet of paper, the qualities of my man. Write down all the qualities you want in your man. Okay? And you live those qualities internally before you expect them externally. So, what do I mean? You've written a set of qualities, 10, 15 qualities you're looking for your partner, you're looking in your partner. You, Manisha, you become those qualities.
Okay, so what if all right, then what about something like masculine
Sounds
energy?
difficult, right?
Yeah.
To
Like,
become those
should I
qualities?
like stop
How
plucking
fair
my
is it for you to expect those from another person then? How can we expect? Okay, let's put it this way. Just say, Manisha, um, you are really happy in life, okay? You're happy, um, you're leading a very fulfilled life, and you're looking to attract a partner. You meet a man, and that man comes with a lot of insecurities, a lot of fear, somewhere from his childhood, and he's broken inside. He's had broken relationships and he's broken inside. And you're looking to manifest a partner. Would you even think of having a relationship with that person? Would you think of having him as a partner in your life?
No,
Why?
I don't want that kind of energy in my life. I don't wanna be
Ah,
someone's
that's the
therapist.
same that we have to be. If
Yeah.
we don't want that energy in our life because he's already broken and he's trying to make his life happy with all the happiness that you have and
Yeah.
your fulfilled life. And when you get together, the energy is automatically transfer. So your energy is going to go to him and his energy is going to go to you. So now you don't want that kind of an energy in somebody else. Then what is that energy you have to have? obviously you also need to have that positive energy, the fulfilling life, all the good qualities you need to have. Now if you're expecting that from your partner, be sure to become those qualities before you expect it from somebody. The simple reason why I tell you this is, we are like a radio transmitter, like the receiver. If you believe in energy, vibrations, since you are interested in
I
manifesting,
do.
possibly possibly you would have heard this in a couple of places, and for people who haven't heard it, everything around us is energy. Okay, the phone, a piece of crushed paper, everything around us is energy. Now, the qualities that you are looking for in that person, the reason I tell you become those qualities is, now just imagine you tune into a channel, say 93.5, an FM channel or something in the radio, you tune in. You're looking for real peppy songs and you tune in there. When you tune in there, you don't find peppy songs. You're listening to some interview or a podcast. You don't want that interview podcast. What will you do till you get the peppy songs that you want?
Okay, like maybe sing them to myself, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, no. Okay, that's
Or
fine.
keep
You'll be
tuning
singing
the
them.
radio. Yeah.
Right. Ah, that's what. You'd
Okay,
keep
so wait, let me
tuning
just
it.
ask you something though, because this is something so an ideal partner is not your twin, right? Like I hear everything you're saying. Like if you want a partner who's fit, go to the gym, get fit. You know, if you want a partner who's happy, cultivate your own happiness. Don't expect someone else to do that for you. But what about the things like a good partnership, you're going to have different qualities than each other. And so like very specifically, like I have a pretty feminine energy. I would really like to find a partner with a very masculine energy. So, does that mean I need to become more masculine or like what balance my masculine and feminine?
Okay. That's an interesting question. So, the yin and yang, we've heard of that, right?
Yeah.
The yin and yang. So, that's the, um, we have that like Shiva Shakti also here in India. We have that energy. So, it's the positive, the feminine and the masculine energy combined together. So, now if you take a man has the feminine energy as well as the masculine energy in him, half and half. A woman also has the masculine and the feminine energy in her. Okay, it doesn't mean just because we are females we have only the feminine energy. No, we have the masculine energy as well. At times our feminine energy becomes dominant. For some people the masculine energy is more dominant. I know of a few people, my close circle, females for whom the masculine energy is more dominant. Okay, so it depends from person to person which of the energy is more dominant. Now, if you want to attract that partner into your life and you have a lot of feminine energy, you can also cultivate that masculine energy in you and do what it takes to cultivate that masculine energy. You want to keep both balanced.
Okay, so
It doesn't necessarily mean just because you want to have that partner in your life, you completely change your feminine energy to masculine energy. No, even that won't work. You become completely masculine energy. He's also masculine energy. Then no, that doesn't work. It's only going to repel.
okay, so
So it's very simple.
obviously I'm
When
not
I
gonna
say,
grow a beard.
okay,
I
listen,
did
let me
okay,
ask
because
you
I
one
think
thing.
I've been really going out about the masculine energy the wrong way. Because
Okay, fine. Let me
But I wanna tell you
ask you
why, because
this.
I think you can help me, I really do. Like, so I went to this everyone who's listening to the show has heard this story a million times, but I was trying to think about, like, okay, like, what kind of man would I want? Like, oh, maybe, like, a guy who does CrossFit. So I went to a CrossFit class, and actually it was kind of a shady studio, like, they weren't really CrossFit, and the teacher pushed me and I sprained my neck, and it's been 2 months, I'm still in a lot of pain. It was a very intense injury, um, and so that was not a great way to cultivate
Oh,
masculine energy, and I think it was the universe also, like, trying to teach me a lesson. And then I'll also say I'm an entrepreneur, and so then I was talking to a good friend, and they're like, "That's not for you, like, do yoga, do things that are, like, good for your body, for, like, women stuff, not men's stuff." So then I was also like, I kind of got involved in tech, and I've learned a lot, but I can see when I was all doing all this fundraising, going out and being like, "I'm gonna build a billion-dollar business," it felt so not me, you know? And finally and I was like, "This is just not aligned with who I am," and I got really clear on my life purpose, and I really am, in terms of work, like, so crystal clear right now. So, yeah, so what's the right way to go about cultivating masculine energy? Because obviously what I've done is not.
Okay, let me answer your question. First of all, I hope your neck is doing
It's
better
better and
now.
better, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about it, but I hope that's doing better now.
Yeah.
Um, what, according to you, is masculine energy, Manisha?
I guess I think about, like, well, first of all, when I'm around a man with, like, really nice masculine energy, it feels kind of like a buzz. Like, it's almost like this the only way I can describe it is this, like, really warm, like, low buzz, and it fills, like, my whole body with this, like, really nice, like a bear or something, like, giving me, like, a big, safe hug. Like, it just feels also, like, really delicious in a way. And or like when I hear a man's low voice talking to me, it's like really soothing. I think of strength and like safety, security.
Mm.
Yeah. These are like some of the
That's what I was looking for. So when you
oh.
say masculine, it's not necessary that he has to be a kung fu master, or not necessary he has to be into CrossFit. That's not what you meant earlier, right? Um, Masculine energy, according to you, for Manisha, is someone who you feel safe with, who you feel secure with, who you feel very warm with. Right? Am I understanding it right? So someone
Yeah,
who
I mean,
takes
but
care
I
of you,
feel very
basically.
safe and warm with my girlfriends, but it's like a different kind of warmth than safe. I don't know.
I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got where you're coming from. So uh basically, more empathy. You're looking at someone who's more empathetic with you, someone who you feel safe with, you feel secure, you have a shoulder to lean on. That's the kind of person who you are looking for, and that's masculine energy for you. Now
Hmm.
ask yourself, if a man were to be with me, will he feel safe? Will he feel secure? Will I care for him, and will I make him feel warm just like the way I feel the warmth with him?
Hmm.
Ask yourself, if you are giving all of that, if you don't give it, how will you even get it?
That's
Whatever
so
you give,
hmm.
you get multifold times of that. Just give care and see, you'd get abundance of care. Give love, you'd get abundance of love. But don't give with the expectation of getting it back in return.
Yeah.
Don't give with that expectation. Just give. Just give from your heart.
I
And
think,
then
yeah,
automatically,
I
there's
so
no other
do
way but for you to get it back.
yeah, I mean, and that kind of energy is so different than when I walk into a room, like, trying to seduce every man there, you know what I mean? With, like, my hot that's actually, like, scary for a man, like, he'll lose control or something because he's so and I dated a guy recently, and I don't even think I would have ever wanted to be with this guy, like, I don't know why. I do know why, but, like, I think this guy was obviously, like, really attractive to me, and he just disappeared. And same with the guy before that, like, they were all, like I know that they were really attracted to me physically because they said it repeatedly, and they were, like, noticing other men, and this other guy was even saying, like, "I'm confused because I'm attracted to you, but I don't know if I wanna be in a relationship," you know, like so I think that, like, I was excited, that I was but it was actually not really showing up, like, secure for them, so that's a really good insight.
Yes.
That's
So,
a really good one,
what
yeah.
I'd like to say is, your relationship with yourself is top priority, more than the relationship we have with people, with other
Yeah,
people. The relationship, each and every one of us, you, me, anybody watching this, the relationship we share with ourselves is top priority. How we look at ourselves, how we treat ourselves. Do I feel safe with myself? Am I feeling
yeah,
secure, or am I feeling insecure all the time? Now, if you are going to feel insecure all the time, you're going to transfer this insecurity to that man also. He's not going to feel safe
absolutely.
with you. So, if you walk into a room, is he feeling safe and secure with you? Is he feeling cared for? Is he feeling loved?
Yeah,
And
secure,
when I say
cared for,
loved,
loved.
I don't
Mm.
mean just the seducing kind. I mean, is he feeling emotionally safe with you? Basic, that's the basic question. Is he feeling emotionally safe with you? Anybody on this earth want to feel emotionally safe in a relationship, right?
Mm. So
That's the
true.
basic requirement of a relationship. So, is he feeling that way when you walk into a room? If he's not feeling that way, then there's something that we want to change about us, about what we do. So, when you change yourself, and that's why I said, write the qualities on a paper and become those qualities.
Mhm.
Because
No,
when you become those qualities, you emit those vibrations. And when you emit those vibrations of security, safety, love, care, understanding, empathy out there in the universe, there are going to be millions of people of different qualities. Now, a very simple question. If you put a magnet on a plastic door, will a magnet stick on a plastic door?
no,
Okay, if you put the same magnet on a wooden door, will it stick on a wooden door?
it will not.
Okay, the same magnet. Now, the third time, if you're going to put it on the fridge, will it stick on the fridge?
It will stick on the fridge, it will.
Why? Why?
Because the fridge is magnetic.
There you go. So, the fridge has the properties to attract. So, the magnet and the fridge,
Mm,
they are stuck together. They get attracted to each other, right?
absolutely.
The properties, the ion properties in the fridge is what attracts the magnet. The same way, the vibrations that you send out into the universe, the same thing, safety, empathy, security, somebody with all of that is there right up in the universe, around you in the universe. And whatever you send, those same qualities are going to be attracted to you. So
Yeah,
you can't be uh, having a feeling of rejection, fear, you're feeling unsafe. You can't feel all this and then expect a man with nice masculine energy to come and he's got to make you feel safe, he's got to make you feel warm, he's got to make you feel secure. And if you are you have insecurity and all of that, you both are not going to attract each other. So what do you
yeah,
need to do to attract him? You need to change yourself. Change your vibrations. Change the way you think, you believe, the way you act. All of
yeah,
that
and
is
I feel
important.
like it's also about moving the focus from doing that to attract a partner to doing that because it's like, "Oh, wait, this wanting a partner has revealed all of these ways that I can love myself more deeply. So let's use this information to help me as opposed to use this information for someone else." And so it's like, okay, I want a man who can commit. In what ways am I not committing to myself? I want a man who's just really gentle and sweet. In what ways can I be more gentle and sweet with myself? I want a man who's really handsome. Like, how can I cultivate a positive self-image?
Okay,
And that
there's just a small change. I'm sorry to interrupt
please,
here.
yes, call me out. That's why you're here.
No, there is something very important that I want to
Mm,
tell you here.
okay.
Manifesting is not about wishing or wanting. I
Okay.
want a man who is who is warm. I want a man like this. I want a man like that. We are never in our life going to get a man who is like that if
Okay.
we keep wanting.
Okay.
What do you mean when we say, I want, I want? When do you want something when you don't have it?
Mm,
And when you don't have it, it's like scarcity.
yeah.
Scarcity, desperation. I don't have it, so I want it. I need it. So you're not going to attract that kind of a man. So
Yeah.
I have a man who is safe. I have a man who makes me feel safe. I have a man who makes me feel secure. It's always in the present tense. Manifesting is always about doing it in the present tense, not the past, not the future. Past is something which has already happened, you cannot change. Future is something we don't have control over. We don't know how it happens. Present is what we have in our hand, what
Mm,
we can exercise control over. Okay, so the way we think about the present, we definitely can change it.
yeah, that's a good
So,
point. But
talk in the
is it
present tense. I am attracting a man who makes me feel so safe. I am attracting such an empathetic partner.
yeah. Yeah. Yes. And when I say those things, I feel a bit cheesy because they're not true. You know what I mean?
Okay, so there I have an important thing for you and for people who are listening.
Yes.
The thing that you said, I have a feeling it is cheesy. I feel cheesy because it is not true. Now, listen, the brain, we have this conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Okay, this conscious mind, uh, it's with this prefrontal cortex, which does a lot of the calculations, logical reasoning. All of that is done over here in this front part of the mind, the prefrontal cortex, the conscious mind.
Mm.
The whole day, the conscious mind is what is working. Okay, the subconscious mind has all the emotions stored in it. Okay, the subconscious mind is what has got all the emotions stored in it. And the subconscious mind is 90 to 95% of our mind. The conscious mind that you do your calculations, your logical reasoning, all that is only 5 to 10%. Which means that when you think it's not true,
Mm.
this is not going to happen. It's how can this ever be true? Your logical mind is working.
Yeah.
And the more you keep telling yourself, hey, it's not true, how can this happen? You are feeding that emotion into your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, the subconscious mind, you want to remember the sentence? The subconscious mind works on emotions and repetitions. The
Emotions and
more you
repetitions.
repetitions, the more you keep repeating something, it gets imprinted in the subconscious mind.
Mm.
The more you keep saying, see, I was very bad at maths at a point. So I used to tell myself all these years, I'm like really bad at maths. I'm not great at maths. I'm not great at technology. I have a challenge with maths. So though that was the truth, I kept saying that, and that just got kind of settled in my subconscious mind. So every time something about maths comes or any calculations comes, I feel like, okay, I'm not good at it. And that's it. It's just a pause over there, and I cannot go one step beyond that. So now I've changed the way I look at myself. So instead of saying I can't do it or it was difficult for me and all of that stuff, now I look at it differently. I keep telling myself, I am working on maths. I am working on my calculations. I'm getting better at calculations. So these words send out positive vibrations, and it helps your subconscious mind listen to those repeated sentences you are saying. So I am attracting a safe partner. I feel safe with my man. uh, I'm attracting a very empathetic partner. I feel so happy in the relationship. Say positive sentences to yourself. I love myself. I'm open to love. I deserve all the happiness in the world. I'm attracting a happy, fulfilled relationship.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
That's so important. Just because you're so brilliant, I'm gonna throw you another hard question.
Go
Um,
ahead. I'm
because
all for it.
first of all, I want to acknowledge I see what you're saying and I see how that practice works. I had a spiritual teacher who told me to look in the mirror every day and say, I love you. And I thought it was so cheesy. And she said, don't worry, fake it until you make it. Um, and so one thing, okay, with that said, so I totally think this is true and I'm going to do this practice. And the pushback I'm feeling is, first of all, like, I'm really afraid of, like, deluding myself, like, thinking I'm really, like, good at something and everyone else around me knows that, like, I'm actually pretty bad at that thing. Like, and, not being self-aware, it's a big fear of mine. And then the other thing I'm afraid of is, like, becoming completely psychotic, like the woman who married ChatGPT. Like, how do and then, okay, the third thing, all right, maybe this would take 10 hours to talk about. The third thing that scares me is just like, sometimes I'm going around and I'm like, I'm great, I'm doing so great, I feel so good. And then and I'll stub my toe and I'll be like, I'm not doing great at all. Like, and I just don't even see that. So I don't know, those are like the three big fears that come up when I think about doing this practice of like, I have a husband, he loves me.
Okay, so this is called as reframing. Everybody have limiting beliefs, okay, in their life. Now you want to reframe that limiting belief. Now just say, tell me something that you think you're bad at.
I think that well, should it be related to dating or not?
No, anything, anything. You just told me some time back,
Like, I
I'm
think that
bad
I'm,
at
like,
something.
really bad at dating. Really
Okay, you're
bad.
bad at dating. So when you keep saying you're bad at dating, That's what you are rewiring your brain. Okay, now your brain has been is continuously thinking. The subconscious mind has already confirmed that Manisha is bad at dating. So now what you want to be doing is, the more you keep saying I'm bad at dating, I'm bad at dating, that is getting repeated in your subconscious mind, and that's turning to your reality. So what you want to be doing now is, you want to reframe that sentence. I'm getting better at dating every day, or I'm
Hmm.
doing great at finding a
A partner, yeah.
fulfilled relationship. Yeah, or I'm doing great at
Yeah.
attracting the right partner. So
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
ready to
very
find
important.
like, I'm finding a life partner like, who I yeah, exactly,
I'm
exactly.
finding, no finding.
No, not
Finding
finding.
lifelong, you're going to keep finding.
Tell me what to
No,
say, please.
the words we use, no, I mean, like, the words we use are very, very important. I'm attracting. I'm
Um,
open to. When you say I'm open to, I deserve, I'm attracting, it shows that you are open. You're opening up yourself to the universe, and you're opening up the pathway. If you keep yourself closed, how will you even attract? And this technique, I think, or visualization. Have you ever tried that?
a little bit, but feel free to share for
Oh no, you
everybody,
want you
yeah.
want to try that. I said clearing the energies was important. That was one thing. Second is writing down the qualities and becoming that. Third is like telling affirmations. Uh, the different. I love myself. I'm open to attracting a fulfilling relationship. I deserve all the happiness. All of that. The fourth is visualization. That is so important. You have no idea how many things I've manifested in my life with visualization. The last
Hmm.
24, 25 years I've been doing this, and right from the smallest thing to the biggest thing, where a lot of people told me you cannot do it, I've been manifesting all of this. And this visualization has been really, really helpful. Okay, what you need to do in visualization is not just think of what you want. Now if you want the right life partner, you want to use all your five senses while visualization. That's the secret there.
I love
A lot of
that.
people just think and then they go.
Visual.
And when they're thinking, they have a lot of questions. What if this doesn't happen? What if that partner doesn't come? What if? No what ifs. Throw away all the logic. We don't need the logic there. Just picturize yourself standing next to your partner, or going for a walk with your partner, or standing with your partner in a beach, sitting with your partner in a beach. Feel that partner. First of all, use your eyesight, visualize everything. Feel the smell, maybe the smell of his perfume or the smell of the area around you. You want to smell, okay? The olfactory senses, you want to be enabling that as well. And
Hmm.
then words that you talk to him, uh, hear those words, hear what he's talking, or feel any texture, maybe when you're holding his hand. Feel that texture. If you guys are sitting on the beach, feel the, what do you say? The sensation of the sand, the sound of the waves,
Hmm.
the smell of the beach, the salty water smell. You need to live that. You need to visualize that experience, like as if you're living that experience. I again repeat, living that experience. Because
Hmm.
that's why, right from how I've got my awards to whatever, I picturized like they're calling Shivaleela Annamalai. I'm hearing that sound, and I'm going there to the stage. I'm climbing on the steps. I'm
Yeah.
picturizing all of that, and they're giving me the award. I'm holding it, and there are 1,000 people clapping for me. I'm hearing that clapping sound. I'm talking about this 25 years back, okay? So where
Amazing.
I didn't really know much about YouTube and internet, and there was no chat GPT and whatever stuff. So I never used all of that, but this was something I've been doing all these years, and it works magically. So you definitely want to be trying it.
Amazing. I think that in the past, I've always thought of visualizing as just seeing, but for me, I'm very multisensory. So the idea of touch and taste and sound, and I can
Oh,
already feel it more in my body. Oh,
then you
you're
definitely want to be trying this, because then the partner you want is definitely going to arrive soon if you're practicing this visualization. Because since you said you are, all the senses, you are actually a person who can feel all the senses very well. You want to remember that everything, when you do it, like when you use all the five senses, it makes the visualization process more strong. One, brain studies have found that When you physically perform an activity and when you imagine like you are performing an activity, the same neural connection in the brain is activated, the same neural circuits in the brain are activated. That's why sports people, a lot of achievers today, they practice this visualization. Before they go to the ground, they visualize themselves like they're holding the trophy, they're screaming, they've won, all of that. Just the dopamine that they get during that visualization process is the same as what they would get when they really achieve it.
Mm, that's so
The same
beautiful.
neural circuits are activated. So you also want to be trying this. It really, really helps because
When
your motor cortex, the sensory cortex, the emotional center of the brain, all of them are fired.
I love that.
Yeah.
This has been such an amazing conversation. I have so many great takeaways for it. Can you tell everybody listening how they can work with you for their business or love life and how they can find you on the internet?
Oh, yeah. I'd be happy to share that. So they can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Great.
Yeah. So I do it for companies as well and also for individuals. So anyone who wants to get help with manifestation or mindset, any of that. So I believe before manifesting, people first need to get the mindset right. So
We'll
mindset is the
include the
main
link in
process.
the description too so people can find you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. So, a mindset is a major part of it. And when you get your mindset right, manifestation becomes much more easier. So, yes,
Mm.
LinkedIn is a place they can reach out and I can help them out. And it's definitely not only for the life partner, they can manifest anything that they want.
I think it's wonderful. I mean, I really do resonate with the mindset because I think that, I'm also a tutor. And one of the things I do if I want to help kids start succeeding in their exams is try to help them to get a small win, like an A on one quiz. And once they get a small win, then they are much more motivated. And I think sometimes with life partner, I feel like it's such a big thing. And I feel like I could cultivate my hope a little bit if I could start getting some small wins, I don't know, maybe it's just a thought that came to my mind, so
Or definitely you will. When we start working on ourselves before us working on somebody else and expecting something from somebody, when we work on ourselves, work on becoming a better version of ourselves, then automatically we will attract the best versions too.
amazing. This
And
has
good
been
luck to
so
you manifesting
thank
your
you so
partner.
much, same, I'm so happy to know you
Wishing
and
you
looking
all
forward
the
to continuing.
abundance, wishing you get the partner who's just right for you.
Thank you.